YouTube? This is Roy.
This is Joey.
From ThirdDuelist, and today we're going to be doing our top 10 decks of the April 2015 format. I know we haven't seen much play in the format, but...
the format hasn't started. But
yeah, we're going to try to do our best on guessing what's going to happen based on what sport's coming out and based on the ban list.
And keep in mind, these are our opinions, so if your deck's not on here and you're pissed off, I'm sorry. It's just an opinion list based on facts and things that we just think about certain decks and cards. So keep that in mind, but we'll just jump into the list. Me and Roy actually disagreed on number 10, so Roy's going to start with his pick.
Mine was TG Medolces with the new rank 5. The reason why I felt like this is going to be a viable deck is not only Medolces, which is pretty good, non-target bounce is pretty good, but with the TGs in there and the rank 5, it opens up so many OTK plays, and I just feel like it's really consistent. I don't like it because it's not pure Medolces, but as an OTK deck, I feel like it's going to be viable. It's probably not going to be the best thing, but I feel like it's going to be decent enough that it warrants a spot on the list.
Okay, so while I respect that TG Medolce is good, I actually have Masked Heroes here, simply because they're getting more support. Blaze Man's a really good card, Anki's a really good card, and just Blaze Man really helps get plays going, gives you access to Nova Master, and it's just an all-around good card. It helps you make your Dark Claw so much easier. Just search for days, easy, rank 4 is just such a good card. And then Anki also searches your Mass Change, helps the consistency of the deck quite a bit. So I think Masked Heroes are still going to be good just because Dark Claw is a problem, and with the new support they can make it easier.
And I do agree with everything he's saying. My only thing is that fusion decks are inherently a neg. I mean, you are no
Except
neg.
the only fusions I make are off Miracle Fusion and Mass Change, in which I plus.
But not to mention, like, we've been playing with Dark Claw for a while now, and it really hasn't done as much as everyone thought it was going to do.
Are you kidding me? Burning Abyss win because of that card.
Well, I mean, when Burning Abyss,
no, Dark Claw is a great card. Just BA can make it easier than Heroes right now, which is why it's still a really great card. Like, if you make it against Necros and they don't have a setup or anything, they just kind of cry and just sad face. But anyway, that's enough of that. You know what we each think. Form your own opinions. Have a brain. Number 9, we have an Infernoids.
I really like this deck. I see a lot more potential in the future. I really like the idea as a whole. It just, if you side in Pearl Iron Wall, it can't do anything. So that's why we have it at number 9 and not much higher up on the list. But I do like it. It's kind of fun, except for if you're playing against it, game 1 anyways.
See, I actually really hate this deck, but I respect its power. It can really OTK super hard, but it reminds me like how Dark Worlds used to be, where it's really powerful game 1, and they're using it to win game 1, but you can side super hard against it. And if Infernoids ever became a problem, like they probably will when they get their new support, then people are just gonna side the stuff for it, and then they just can't play. And it's a good deck. I'm not especially with the new support coming. That comes out in the next pack, I'm pretty sure, doesn't it?
I'm not sure.
It either comes out in the next pack or the one after. But if it comes out in May, it'll be in this format and it'll be a lot better. But I don't think it does. I think it comes out in August. But either way, Infernoids are still a strong deck. They can OTK super hard. And if they get their grave filled, they can just do so many different plays. It's ridiculous. And if they get set up, you're done. Because they can do pretty much whatever they want.
At number 8, we have Sylvans with the 3 Lone Fire, because 3 Lone Fire, I mean...
Plus, Sylvans have been a strong, it's never been hit by the event. It's still a pretty strong deck. It's just not that consistent. But I feel like it can make some noise with the 3 Lone Fire, and it still has access to 7s and 8, rank 7s and rank 8s, which are some of the most powerful Xyz in the game. Felgran, Big Eye, Dracosac, things like that. And it's just, Sylvan Charity's a busted card, and they have all the tools needed to like play well. Just no one really wants to play them because they're hard to play. But I think with a 3 lone fire, some people will pick it up, and I don't think it'll do too much, but I think it might make some noise just because 3 lone fires, I think.
Also, with the reprints in Premium Gold 2, it might be some incentive for some people to pick up the deck.
Sylvan stuff. I'll just get the rest of it.
So again, I feel like the Furlands are stronger, but they're easier to side against, and so that's why Sylvans are higher up, at least for me.
Yeah, plus Sylvans have like really ridiculous plays with Soul Charge and Miracle Fertilizer.
Yeah.
Where they can just explode on you and drop double Felgrand Stardust, or like Felgrand Stardust Draco Stack, and just laugh at you while you try and Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll keep going. Number 7, we have Heretics with the silly Dark Matter Dragon OTK thing. But I mean, with the Dragon Rulers banned, it isn't going to make quite as much noise, but they can still play it, which is it's still a really busted card.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. But the OTK is too strong, and this deck can OTK whenever it wants. So it's really good.
Just for funds, even though it doesn't really matter, if the rulers didn't get hit, where would you think this would be placed on the list?
1 spot higher.
Just one?
Yeah, I feel like the top 5 is really solid.
Okay.
You have anything else to say? Or you want to keep going?
Well, I mean, Heretics are good as they are, but especially when they can go and make Dark Matter Dragons. So I mean, like, it's solid, and it's much more consistent than Sylvans in my opinion. So
yeah, well, Sylvans. The thing with Sylvans is you can just open up like Hermitry, MST, Martial Leaf, and
Terraforming.
Yeah, like it's like well shit, I can't do anything.
Anyways, moving on. At number 6, we have Yosenju's. I hate playing against this deck.
This deck is so frustrating.
They
can main D-Fissure and Macro, which automatically makes them really good because that hurts everything above it except for the 1. But either way, they have 3 Judgment because fuck you, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
That card makes me mad because it's like you don't even have to control Yosenju, you just have to not control something else. Like, stupid. I don't like it at all. But I do respect it.
And it's recyclable too.
Don't want to talk about it.
It's...
Yeah. They have 3 recyclable Judgments, and they can just spam for days, and they can generate a lot of advantage, and Dieback's still a really powerful card, bouncing 2 cards. But I think that's it. We don't like this deck. Our friend Zane made it, and it's really good. And Roy had to duel it, and
with Madolche, so you know how.
Yeah,
graveyard.
He had D-Fissure all 3 games, and Roy was not the happiest. No. But anyway, we'll keep going. Number 5, we have Klee. Now, this may seem like a surprise to you that it's dropped to 5, but the ban list actually just murdered this deck. They put the one thing, they put Sacrifice to 1, which Sacrifice is so good. Like their best first turn play and skill drain advantage is the 1. So first of all, Sacrifice to 1 really hurts the fact that that's their best opening play is Sacrifice on a random Klee and just pass and set the skill drain or whatever. Skill drain to 1, that really hurts them too because that's their best card until they get their own skill drain, which fuck that card. Anyway, Vantage to 1, same thing. And then Scout to 2, which means if I kill, like, that's just 1 less Scout I have to kill before you're out of them. So, yeah. I think, but regardless of all that, it's still a really good deck. Towers is still a really stupid card, and I don't understand why people didn't play it, because all you have to do is summon it and you win. Because since people aren't playing it, no one's playing outs to it, so you summon it and you win.
Clees are, well, like you said, Clees are still pretty good. With all the hits on the list, they're not going to be as good as they were, and I don't know. I found it not really a surprise, but at the same time, slightly odd that Clees seemed to get hit a little bit worse than BAs did, considering that the whole cycle, the whole cycle thing that we talked about before. Yeah. You'd think BAs would have gotten hit worse, but
anyway,
moving on.
Bridging to number 4 is BA. Now this also may seem like a bit of a drop, but Tour Guide to 1 hurts them, plus some support's coming out for the stuff above it. But BA, like, Tour Guide getting hit really hurts, but it can still function as a deck. Like, Tour Guide wasn't like an archetype specific card. It's a really, really good card for the archetype. The archetype can still function. You can still summon a bunch of Dantes and Mill, and you can search the one Tour Guide you have whenever you want. And I'm sure they'll find a way to recycle it for funsies.
I believe.
No, because you can just play Tour Bus.
No, yeah. I believe there was one card that came out in the Proven Gold 2. I don't know if it was a reprint or not, but like Veil of Darkness or something like that.
That's a reprint.
It's a reprint. I heard some people.
Veil of Darkness is the thing. Like if you draw a dark monster, you send it to the graveyard and draw and then draw.
Yeah, and they were told about doing some weird combo with that and be able to do it. It's slower, but I mean it's a way around.
I mean, all you have to do is play Tour Bus, put the Tour Guide back in the deck, and search for Scarm again. Like they can still use the one Tour Guide. It's just a little bit harder for them, which is why they've dropped. I'm really surprised they didn't get hit harder than Clifford's did, but either way, it's still a really powerful deck. Spam Dantes, and you know how it works. Firelight's still busted. Number 3, we have Shaddoll's.
This may seem as a surprise to some of you guys, but again, they didn't get hit on the list, and BAs and Cleese did. And
Star Seraphs.
Star Seraphs.
You have to understand that Star Seraphs really help this deck. Not only do they give them more lights to play, but Scepter is a broken ass card. If you don't know what this card does, go read it. But Scepter is a broken ass card. That's all we need to say. Like anything that plays Star Seraphs is going to get a big jump because Scepter is a broken ass card.
I'm gonna say, not to mention, they do have that the water fusion that they can still use against Necros.
Yeah,
so, I mean, that really does help.
Wins the Necros matchup.
But moving on to number 2, unless you have anything else for Shaddoll's.
Yeah, I think we covered it. They didn't get hit, and they're getting more support.
Yeah.
So, yay.
So continuing on with things that are getting Star Seraphs.
Yeah, Roy doesn't like this deck, but Tellarknight Star Seraphs are number 2, just because I've proxied it out and played against him, and he doesn't like it. I'm just kidding, but it's so good. It's actually ridiculous how much you can abuse Scepter, because Scepter's a broken card. I'm gonna summon this, search, special, call the Haunted, search, new thing, pop a card, draw a card, and it's just...
Yeah, I like the consistency, but I don't like the consistency because I've got to face...
so good. But and plus Nodin, pay 1,000, instant exceeds. Yay.
Overall, I think it's going to be really good. I think it does warrant the number 2 spot. It may reach number 1, but maybe.
I haven't played against Necros with that. I don't really know how the matchup goes, but you just have to have enough traps for it until you can set up an established board. But either way, number 1's obviously Necros. Surprise! You didn't see that coming at all.
Even with Prep at 1 and Brio at 2.
They still have 3 mana and Senju. Yeah. Like I've said numerous times, they play 30 of their 40 cards to search the 10 cards they actually want. Then I just have to play a few different cards of that 30 to search the 10 cards they actually want.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty much the same deck. They have to play different searchers. Brio to 2, doesn't really matter. You can recycle with Brio. You can do pretty much whatever you want still. So Necros are still the best deck in my opinion, and they will be until they get hit some more or stuff gets more support.
Yeah. So some honorable mentions that we thought could be talked about. 6 Sams, because she ends at 2, and
they can summon Beast, and Beast is really good this format.
Yeah. I don't know how well they're going to do. We didn't think they were deserve a spot in the top 10, but
they're going to be
something
played,
to mention.
So, people are going to play it because it's 6 Sams. So
it
might actually do something just because people are going to want to play it.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Dragoonities for actually getting to play Dragon Ravine, even if it's only at 1. Good job, guys. It's going to get MST and you're going to cry, but either way.
They'll probably play a Magician of Faith or something stupid like that.
I mean, they're just going to play Terraformings to search it. Kind of have to. But anyway, this is our list. Let us know what you think in the comments. Share with us what your list would be like. If you want to provide some counter arguments, that's fine. We'll discuss it. And
also keep in mind that this is before the April 1st
format
starts.
We don't actually know what's going to happen. This is our predictions.
If you like the content that you just saw, you can click over here on all these other links and check out the rest of our channel.
And if you liked our stuff, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and tell us what you thought in the comments below.